Poetry is the practice of logos, the strife and harmony of radical opposites. That's also a definition of ecstasy. So the study of ecstasy is the study of resolving unresolvable opposites, night and day, love and hate, the divine and the human, the worst of us as human beings, the best of us as human beings, all of that accounted for. The locally inflected voice of the all, that's poetry.
Often, when we're asked, what does poetry do? We go to it to experience a kind of sincerity that we don't see in TV shows, commercials, movies, advertisements, magazines, where there's always there's a kind of slick facade. There's a program at work. And Lee Young's poetry is at the absolute stem, the seed of that sincerity. And it takes a lot of courage, especially in America, to be seriously sincere.
There's a love and a passion sort of seeped in his work. Like any really good, adept storyteller, he's very good at creating a sense of place. I feel like not only am I in those places, but I'm in those moments. He creates this great bubble of comfort and love, but it's like a bubble, and it's gone. And it's not that it doesn't last long, it's just that the world just disrupts it.
I remember reading Robert Frost's Never Again Would Birdsong Be the Same, and it filled me with unimaginable hunger. And I was done. I was just hungry the rest of my life. And every time I read that poem, it filled me and made me hungrier. How does that work? That's the way ecstatic poetry works.
Lee Young is a poet who is, while very interested in changing his own work as a person in the world, is also a poet who is very interested in conversation with the past and conversation with other traditions. That is not surprising at all, being an immigrant, a refugee, learning English as a second language. He has a kind of perspective. He doesn't believe in easy tricks. His perspective on the world is earned in a hard way.
When Lee Young came to the U.S., and there was not yet more than a small number of Asian American poets writing in English, he added something to what was already beginning to burgeon on the West Coast, which is now a huge contribution artistically to the way poetry has sorted itself out and expanded its range over the last, I would say, 20 years. I don't think he thought of himself as doing that for American poetry. He was just bringing into English flawlessly the kinds of preoccupations, obsessions, experiences, disappointments and triumphs and escapes that he wanted to articulate.
Before him, it was my understanding that the literary canon was really only for certain individuals, and I wasn't invited to the party. But then once I read his work, it had me understanding that there were other writers as well, that I could research those writers, that I could walk in their pathway. And each of those writers, but especially Lee Young, paved the way to show me that there is a path for me, that I do not have to be afraid to study and to celebrate and to honor my own history, my own culture. None of that would have been possible without Lee Young's work.
I'm very blessed, and my peers in my generation are very blessed to have a Lee Young. Imagine writing as Lee Young Lee without a Lee Young Lee. How did they do it? It seems miraculous, and I don't think it's hyperbolic to say so.
Sometimes all it takes is one person to be able to open a doorway for other writers to be able to step through it.
Congratulations, Lee Young. Amazing poet. Amazing life. Thank you for all you have given us. Congratulations.